Welcome to Thoughts of Treasures. It's Connie. Welcome into my craft room. I hope you guys have all had an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to be working on this little guy tonight. Yes, a little Tabasco basket. This is just cut in 1/8 inch wood. It is 3 sections. We're going to, I think I'm going to antique wax this. Antique wax this up, and then we have this little circle. And again, this, if you got this as a kit, it is going to come with this little circle that you can put in the center. And I'm going to, I wasn't sure which one I used. Not sure which one I was going to use, but I think I'm going to use this one. I do want to use something. When I was planning this out in my head, and I do plan a little bit, I wanted something with a sunflower because I was going to put some sunflowers on the corner of this. So I wanted something to incorporate that. So I found these 2 pictures. These were both in our live sales, but weeks back. So if these look familiar to you, that's because they are. These are not new prints. These are something that I've had in my live sales. If you're not familiar with my live sales, every Sunday, with the exception of when I'm on vacation, I have a live sale on my Facebook channel or Facebook page. Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to come join, come join. But I wasn't sure which one I really wanted to do. But I think I'm leaning towards the cow. Yes, it's going to be cut off, and that's why I said this one will actually be in the center of it, and this one you'll have more of the picture and it'll be cut off. But that's okay, we can do that. But I think the more I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to go with the cow. So we're going to put that to the side. We're going to put this to the side. And we're going to do this first. So this is not going to be difficult to do. It is going to take time to glue, so I wanted to get that done. And, you know, and I've got some little clippy clips that we're going to be using to hold it together. These came from the Dollar Tree. I got a whole bunch of them. So, but we don't need that many. And I'm going to antique wax this. So let's get started. I do want to say welcome to anybody that is new to my channel. I'm going to put a page, whatever you want to call this, to Thoughts of Treasures. If you're new, welcome in. I'm putting a glove on because antique wax can be a little bit messy. And I'm already messy as it is, so we're not going to put double trouble together. I'm just going to give this a nice little waxing. Figure this would be easier to do. I did do something similar to this probably about a year or 2 ago. It's been a while, so I said, you know what, let's try this again. I did it with a cow, and it was a cute little cow face. So we are going to do the front and the back. You guys have never used antique wax. I'm going to chit chat and let you guys know this is a recorded video, so if you want to fast forward through all this, that is fine. I do chit chat through it, and you know, there may be some information you do want to hear, but other than that, you know, you're more than welcome to fast forward through this part until, you know, we get to the next part. So, but anyway, long story short, I did do this a while ago, a couple years back, and maybe a year back, I don't know. I don't know the exact date, but it's been a while, so I was like, you know what, I was thinking about it, and I said, let's redo that. Because first of all, with Facebook, they are deleting our videos, and Lord knows, I don't even know where it is. But I am uploading, so that's why I'm saying you could be watching this on YouTube, or you could be watching this on Facebook. Wherever you're watching it, I appreciate you all watching. But they're going to be the tutorial on how to put this together, and it's going to be nice and organized over on YouTube because you can put a little thumbnail with the actual picture. I wish Facebook would do that, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess is the word, or the saying. However, anyway, long story short, it's all good. We're going to show you guys, and if you guys want to ever look at my website, on my website you'll also get the picture and where you can find the video. So that's thoughtsoftreasures.com. Everything is Thoughts of Treasures. If you type Thoughts of Treasures, something will come up somewhere. But over there you can look at all, I'm not sure what section it is on. I have to, one of these days I'm going to do a little video, and then I can reference you guys back to that on where I actually put things over there. Ross is the one that takes care of the videos, the website. He takes care of all the, putting them up on YouTube and everything too. He's my, ooh, that's a little too much. Try not to do it dark. I don't want it really, really dark. And you can wipe this off, but why wipe it off when you don't have to put it on that hard? But he's the one that takes care of all that. I just can't think offhand what section it's in, but what's new maybe, something like that. And it has all of the pictures of the projects and then the videos where you can just go watch. So if you're bored one night and you're trying to find something to watch, you can go right there. You can watch one video after the other. But I do like how they do it on YouTube where you can put the actual picture and what like the Tabasco basket tutorial, and then blam, you know what you're watching. One of these days. So we are going to do the front and the back, and again, this is going to take a little bit because I got 3 sections to do, and yes, you do have to do all of them because the Tabasco basket is not one theft. It's like there's missing pieces on it. Yes, some of them are going to overlap, but you're better off just doing the whole thing. And trying just to do a little bit at a time on here so you don't have to wipe so much off and I don't have so much everywhere. So let me know, do you guys do farmhouse or are you... I think this is more of a very farmhouse project, I guess you could say. I love farmhouse. I am very farmhousey. Anything rustic-y, farmhousey, chippy, anything like that, that's me. My dad actually, his grandfather was a farmer. So, you know, kind of, I grew up with all kinds of animals. You name it, we grew up with it. Well, not really. I didn't have horses and cows. My dad did growing up. But I had all kinds of other strange, exotic animals. Peacocks and pheasants and swans and geese and guinea hens. We actually had some here at my house too, guinea hens. Guineas are very, very good watchdogs. Not joking. There's trouble in the yard, they're the first to let you know. If you do not know that, that is a pretty interesting fact. They are very good. They will cackle and hackle and make all kinds of crazy noise. Now, it could be a leaf going by, just like your dogs, but they're going to alert you when there's something in the yard. My dog does that too. Actually, she is pretty good. I'm going to give you a little tidbit of information. Dudley, my other dog that I had, he would bark at, they may see something. I don't. But for the most part, Sydney usually barks at, definitely sees something out there. So I'm gonna give her, the benefit of the doubt that when she does bark, it is something out there. Because she usually does not, usually it's a groundhog, but she usually doesn't just bark for poops and giggles, let's just put it that way. I'm gonna put this over here to dry, and we're gonna get to the next one. Now these 2 pieces you do not have to do the back to, because that's the only one you're going to see the back, so I'm just going to worry about the front on these. And we'll clean the table up, because I, for some reason, don't think that I've ruined my concept of keeping it off the table. So yeah, if you guys want to check out my website, that's an awesome place to find all of the different kits I have available. And yes, this can be a kit. if you wanted it, you know, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it, but that doesn't mean that's necessarily what you have to do with it. But I'm going to decoupage that cow onto the centerpiece, and we're just going to put some flowers around it. And of course I just got that one over here to dry. Bring this one on over. And if you guys have never used antique wax, I definitely say every crafter should have this in their craft room. It's one of the must-haves. If you like the stain to look, but don't like that smell, now of course you only get one colored stain with it, but it is a nice wood stain. I went through my period where I did like to stain all the wood rather than painting it, because it just gave it a different look. However, when I did find out about the antique wax, ooh, we stuck with this, because it's a nice brown. It's not like just a regular ooky brown. It's just, and ooky is a word. It is just more of a reddish brown, I guess you could say. Come on, we got a little bit more to go. We're going to get the use out of this little baby wipe. And I'm just using a baby wipe because it's a little bit wet to apply this. The more you put on, the darker it will be, but you never want to let it saturate. So basically, when you want to put it on, you want to wipe most of it off, just like you would a stain. If you want it darker, you can go back and apply a second coat. If you want it darker than that, you can apply a third coat. But it's best to, whatever you put on, take off. Because it does not dry like paint would. It'll stay, it stays weird. It just stays. And then it doesn't take long to dry. Like I said, I'm not worried about the back. We're just going to put that to the side. I'm going to clean this mess up. I do have to. Baby wipes, another essential of every craft room. Every craft room needs baby wipes, antique wax, and about 10,000 wood pieces and, oh, come on out. 10,000 wood pieces and other gadgets and gadgets, right? All of this up, because we're going to glue this together first so I can let it sit. All this up. I'm going to give this a quick dry. So each section, as you can see, is different. So we're going to use this one is our back piece. Obviously we did both sides. This side you don't need to worry about. This is going to be our middle section. So that gives you the crossbar, the X, and then the top piece. So it's going to look like that. Just like a basket would. So what we're going to do is, oh, see, shoot, you know what? You are going to see the back of this. Oh, darn it, we do need, because you're going to see like that. Oh, yes, we do. All right, I fibbed to you, so we have to do all of the backs except for the front. Technically, we only need to do this part, but now I took my glove off, and now I'm going to get paint, or get the ickies all over, but I'm just going to do... I don't really need to do the outside, and I'm not going to worry about the outside. And again, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me, but it does bother me, so. Because I'm actually going to paint the back of that circle that goes on here too. To me, it just gives it a nicer finished look. And no, I'm not going to do it after. I'm going to do it now. That is just how I am. If I'm going to, because if I sit there and say, oh well, I'll just finish that later. Trust me, it will never get done. That's good. Now let's get this dry real quick. I see a piece right there that needs to. Just dry real quick. So I did good too. You did make really good. Now, when you hold this up, it looks like a true basket. Perfect. So, pull down the side. Yucks. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the glue all around this piece, and we're just going to stick it in. Whatever shows is going to show. You know, it's going to be what it's going to be. It will dry. It'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. This is running out. I do have a new one, but you got to use everything. And if you want, you can go back and wipe off the areas. That the glue seeps out of. Just want to make sure I have it all on the edges here. Don't do that. So we can. I'm going to put the top layer on, and then we're going to set this to the side. And again, remember this glue does dry clear, so don't go freaking out. Oh my God, there's glue everywhere. Yes, there is. See? You can go in here and clean this up a little bit, and I will. Just getting some of it off. I mean, if you want to measure where it hits, that's fine too. But to me, that's just too much time. This just takes most of it off. And whatever there is going to dry, it will dry clear and you'll never see it. It's fine. Okay, that's good. A little bit up here. You just don't want super duper big chunks because it's going to dry clear, but you're going to have a thick chunk of stuff there. So you don't want that. Now I'm going to pull a couple of these out because when we put this last layer on, I'm going to put some of those clips on there and let it dry completely. So just go back in and smush it around. Ah, don't drop it. And put this one on. Now I set it up just so you have a nice flat balance or flat even surface. And we're going to go do the same thing. I'm just going to wipe off the edges. And we go in here and wipe these off too. Just any of this glue. Again, not majorly concerned about a little bit of it, but you don't want the huge clumps. Now I'm going to just go and clamp. And we're going to let this dry. Simple as that. Cute, right? All right, we're going to let that sit over here and dry. I'm going to put that on. Get this glue up off the table so it doesn't mess with our other image. Now I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to paint the back black, which I'm just going to put this on here like this. I'm not going to use the plate like I normally do. I'm just going to brush this around. This is the back, just giving it a good overall, get rid of all this nastiness. I have my iron going in. It's starting to smell. Because we are going to do the iron-on method. Now you could do this to antique wax too. I just going to do it to black just to cover up. I usually use black just to cover up all of the flashbacks from the Glowforge or laser, whichever you want to call. I do have a Glowforge at the present time. We'll see what happens in the near future if we decide to get a new laser or not. Oh, need a tiny bit more. My bottle's empty. And if we do, we're definitely going to go with a different laser. So we'll see. So at the current time, I did start with the Glowforge, and I like it. I mean, for a starter, it's amazing. Do I think it is a machine to mass produce? No, I do not. That's why I said with the amount of projects that I am doing and kits that I'm selling, we're gonna have to upgrade because it's just not meant for that. Ross can only fix so many things on it. But he does know the ins and outs, I'll tell you that, because he has, besides the laser, he's pretty much built everything on it at one point in time. I am thankful to have him for that because I don't know much about that. I just make the pretty things. Ross does the rest. If the machine works and functions, it's because of him. He's replaced everything on it. So, and I do say that if you guys are looking at a Glowforge or a laser, Glowforge is very user-friendly. It is very easy to learn. I'm saying easier to learn than a lot of the other ones. Easier to repair. Mediocre. Let's just say that. They can be worked on, yes. If you're looking to run a business from one, you can start. Definitely start there. However, you cannot end there or be in the middle. It's definitely a process that you have to, the Glowforge is not intended for that purpose. And it won't hang with you that long. Alright, I'm just going to do the same thing with the front. I'm not going to get a plate out just for this. So we're going to do a little bit at a time because I don't usually do it this way. I usually put it in a plate. So we're just going to, I feel like I do this with Mod Podge, but I don't do this with paint. Now I don't need to get, now the reason why I'm doing this white is because I want my decoupage, my printable, when I decoupage it to pop from this. If you keep it dark colored or you keep it natural wood, you're not going to get as vibrant as colors. It's going to dull your picture because rice paper, which is that's on, unless you use a construction paper or a copy paper that is thicker, you're going to see through this. So whatever you see through, and same thing with copy paper, anything that's white, you will eventually see the darkness. So if I did this black, you're going to see through, even through copy paper. So I want it to be nice and pretty. Yeah, but if anybody ever has any questions, you are more than welcome to ask me. You can put them in here, or you can message me privately if you want to. All right, let me dry that and let's put another coat on here. I don't need it to be super, super bright, but I am going to put another coat on. Let's see where it goes from there, because I am covering it. I even, when I do cardstock, I do a layer of paint on it because I always feel that if you put Mod Podge directly onto wood, it never sticks as well. At least it doesn't for me. I don't know, maybe it's something I'm doing, but I'm not the decoupage queen, that's for sure. However, but when I put a layer of white paint on it, or any color paint really, and then put the Mod Podge on, and then it seems to work. Does anybody else have that, or is it just me? Because I'm telling you, every time I do it, the paper always seems to peel off. Let's put a little bit more on here. I usually don't put the paint on here like this. That should be good. Put this back away. Get this. Now we do want to get this completely dry. And what happened to my little sanding sponge? Aha, I see it. Alright, I'm just going to give this a little light sanding so it's nice and flat and smooth. Get my little Mod Podge. We're going to put a layer of Mod Podge on this. And let's just move this around. Oh, I did forget to get some parchment paper, so I will get that. Let's get that gunky thing off. I don't know what that is. I'm going to get a nice, with the iron-on method, you don't have to so much worry about how much you're putting on, but you do kind of want to make sure you get it everywhere. Onto the edges. Doesn't have to be pretty, but you want to make sure you have it, because with iron on, it will smooth it out. I know it looks like I got a lot on there, but I don't have any on the inside. So that's the one thing nice about it. It will smooth out, whereas you do the regular just put it on method. You have to make sure you have a nice even coat. Otherwise you're going to have bumps and lumps. Just get the stuff off the side because I don't want it to dry there. See, I don't have any on this side. See, sometimes when it dries too, you don't know if it dried or if it's... Just make sure the more the merrier with this method. Make sure you get it all on the edges. Alright, that's a look at the good. Let's clean this off. And I keep my Mod, this is just regular Mod Podge. I do say that when I get rid of all the Mod Podge I have, that I'll probably just make Mod Podge. If you guys have never made it, I can show you how to do that. But it's just glue and water. Pretty much that's all it is. Let me get a... And it's probably way cheaper than actually buying Mod Podge. Some people like to use different mediums. There's a decoupage medium. You can use that too. You don't have to. You can use regular super glue. Elmer's glue if you wanted to. However you want to get the stuff to stick on is fine by the crafting community. I, however, like to do the iron-on method because you can put your medium down, then you can play with your image until you get it to where you want it to go. If you're not good at eyeballing things, if you're not good at centering things and doing things like that, this is the perfect method to cut. This is going to be completely dry. You can maneuver your paper however you want, 15 times, 16 times, till you get it to however you want it to be. Get it completely dry, still a little tacky, and it's going to dry on the amount of time that however thick you put it on. I put it on thick. I lay it on thick. If you've ever seen how fast Mod Podge dries, do it on glass. It takes forever. It does. It really does. Just gonna put that out there. Alright, I'm going to just cut this off for the crab part, because we're going to use the crab part later. I might do another one of these and put the crab on it, because I really wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. So, now this is where you can look through, and again, I'm not going to get everything on here, but I want the cow basically in the picture. And I kind of want the cow in the center. See how I'm moving it around? This is the part where I like, because when you have an image like this, it's like, well, do I want more of the barn? Do I want the cow in the center? Where am I going to put this? And yeah, I'm going to put the cow right about there. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to do it. Alright, so I am going to get a piece of parchment paper out. Maybe. Put this to the side, and then I'm just going to, sometimes crumbling makes it lay flat. We're just going to, I just push it down in the center, move outward. Don't go squishing it around at first. Center, outward. This is going to help push that glue around, because what you're doing is reactivating that dried glue. I did turn this down. It was extremely hot. And then once you get it to the point where you think it's, then you can move it around. But always go slowly. And let that glue get melted down again. Pick this up. Let's see how smooth it feels. Looks good. Now, I always look for, oh, here it is. A little sander. And when you sand, sand down. Don't go up and down, down, because you don't want to tear the paper. You just want to sand it off. You can also lay it on the table if it's easier for you, and just kind of go around. Sorry if you guys don't like that noise. Used to be one of my biggest pet peeves. Fingernail filing. Now, you're going to have all of these little pieces. We're just going to go back. Again, I'm just sanding in one direction. And it helps if you have a better sand, my sandpaper. Let's go this way. There you go. Now, I wanted to say before I throw this away, and I threw it away, I'm going to go back over one more time. Now that I have the edges off, I want to make sure I've really got these edges down before I turn my iron off. This just irons out your parchment paper too. Yeah, if you ever get to the point where your parchment paper is getting to be a pain in the butt because it keeps rolling up, just crumble it up. It lays flatter that way, and then when you go around, it's just, you iron it back out. It's no big deal. Some of them like to curl on you, and I do that when baking cookies too. If it becomes a pain in the butt and it keeps rolling up on you, just pinch it up and then just let it down flat. And it lays down. So now, this is what we have. Oh, isn't it cute? I think it's perfect. And we are going to put this right here in the center. Love it, love it, love it, love it. But before I do that, I'm going to add some embellishments. With some sunflowers. And I think what I'm going to do is add some to the corners. And I put them in all of the corners, and I hope I have enough of these. I do want to do at least 2. I know it's 3. I know the rules, the rule of thumb. These little guys came from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I've got different ones in here. So let's get all of them. I'm just picking through my bin. I don't ever use like a lot of flowers, so I just pick the heads off and put the heads in there. All right, let's see if I have enough to do more if I want to put more on. There's one. There's 2. There's 3. So I might have enough to do. Right. Let's see what we're gonna do. It might be too much. It might be a little bit overkill, but I didn't say that word. We might do 2. Because I do want to put a little bit of this greenery in here with it. These are just the leftover pieces that I use that are from the big bushes from Walmart. See, some of them are different colors, but do this. One of that. Do I like that or do I think it's too much? Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Because I do want to put, let's just try. Again, crafting is just whether you like it or you don't kind of thing. So you got to try until you see what you like. Like I said, I'm just going to put these in here. Make sure my glue tool is on. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's pretty. Yeah, I think we're going to go for it. I think we're going to do the 3. Now here is a super duper tip, and this may take a little bit of time because we got to get these little guys flowers. But see how this is all messed up? We're going to watch your fingers doing this. But let this little guy out so he sits nicely. Much better. We're going to do it all of them because I don't want flowers that are all wilty. It only takes a few seconds, but we got lots of flowers. Just watch your fingers doing this. Now you can add a bow onto this. I just was not in the bow mood today. I thought, like me? What? I was thinking about doing that, adding a bow to the top, but I kind of just wanted this to be a flowery thing. I know you're probably going, oh, no, too much flowers. But I just wanted lots of pretty flowers. One more. And one more here. So that just makes all your little flowers so much nicer and prettier. And it really doesn't take that much longer. Alright. Let me put this back. Oh, I'm going to need that again, so don't take that. Don't go very far with that. Alright, I am going to cut the little stems off so that they're flatter. Not all the way to the end, but down further. Just like that. Just so that they lay nicer. If you go down too far, you're going to end up so that they fall apart. You don't want that. So we're just going to glue them on like that. I think that's perfect. So we're just going to take this little guy and glue him down first. One in, and we'll put one in each of the corners. Let's glue that down first. One over here in this corner. Spin it around. corner. And then put one over here in this corner. Little things are flying everywhere. Let's do it this way. I was putting it on the board, but however you want to do it. Do you want to put it on the flower? Or do you want to? It doesn't matter. All right. I am going to glue this down in the center. So I'm just going to put a big heaping thing of glue right there. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue we must use it all. And then I'm going to put push down. Now I can go back and work, so that's on there. Now I'm going to put a flower here, and I'm going to put a flower here. And then I'm going to go back in with the greenery. So just a simple little project. This is not, you know, overly difficult. Let those dry. Put two over here. Oh, I didn't cut them down. Why are you not wanting to stay on there? Hot glue doesn't want to dry. So, if you guys do not know, my videos are not edited. I do not edit anything out. What you see is what you get. If the craft does not work, that is what you see. If the glue does not want to dry, that's what you see. If I forget not to glue something, I did that the other day. It's fine. I want you to see everything as is. That is the fun part of it. Could go back and edit all these so you see, you know, oh, here's the pretty picture. No, I want you to see in real time everything that goes down. Put that one on there. So I used the Ryobi little guy. It gets super hot. It really does. So it takes a few for that glue to cool down and hold your piece where it needs to be. So definitely do not rush any of this. I mean, depending on what you're using for your glue and your glue tool. Take your time. And I never believe that crafting should be a hurry up and get it done. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. What's taking you so long? Just take your time. If you have the time, paint project one day, go back and do it glue it together the next day. If you don't have the time, well then that's a different story. Okay, put our last two on, then we'll go back and put our greenery in. And like I said, you could put a bow on this if you wanted to. You could put other embellishments on. I'm not that overdo it person. A little bit of simplicity. Sometimes when you go overboard, to me, it's just too much. Too much. I do like the Tabasco basket, let me try saying that again. The Tabasco basket, I think it's just so farmhousey. It's just, and you don't need any string everywhere. You don't need any hanger on this because you can just hang it right on your back piece here. I do love sunflowers. Not many flowers I can say they're absolutely like. First of all, I can't really name a lot of flowers. Or identify. I can name, but identify. There's only a handful that I can say that I can identify. Alright, let me just see where I want to stick these. I do want to stick one. It's noises. Something making noises. Oh, it's Sydney. Stick one here. And then stick one on this side. I didn't glue it in yet. I'm just trying to see where I want to put them. I definitely want to put 3 on each one. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right. We're just going to play Ring Around the Rosie with this. Sydney, did you come down the stairs and see me? This is where one of those melting pots would be good. I, however, do not have one because I don't find that it is very, will be used very much here. But if you're wreath making or doing things like this, dip and put in, this is like, ooh, I know you can't see what I'm doing over here, but I'm just putting a little tiny bit of glue on and then stuffing it in. I like that. Does that little bit of greenery add so much? And I collect those little pieces. So when I make my other signs, I always have these little pieces that kind of get in the way, I guess you could say. So I chop them off and I save them for later. And later is like this. We're just going to take 3 on each one. And stick them in here. I'm going to stick one over here, one over there. Oh, this is so cute. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just putting a little glue. And then before it drips off, sticking it in here. Shoo. And then hopefully it's going to stick to something in there. Once that glue dries, it'll stick to something in there. The wood, the flower. I feel safer doing it over here instead of over the project. We got the second one done. Just adds a little bit, and we got the glue strings going. Just a simple, cute little look at this. Then we'll get 3 more of these, and then we're almost done. Alright, let's do this. And then I got all little nuppies laying around. Little nubbies. And then if you find if they aren't connected to anything when you shove them in there, just go back and re-glue them in after. Just make sure you don't trying to put it underneath of the sunflower without touching the hot glue. Okay, perfect. Here's our last one. And then we'll get our last one on. We get another little bundle. Like I said, I'll just keep these because you never know when you want to add a little tiny bit of greenery to something. You got a little flower. I always use the head of these little flowers and I just pop them off. It's easier to store that way. I don't use a lot of big florals, so this is perfect for me. Get the string off of there. And then, however, using these, just works perfect with these little flowers. And then we'll put one more in the front. Oh, Sydney's outside barking. See if I can. I don't want to cut this, I just want to push it up above. There we go. Perfect. And now let's get our glue strings off first. And there we go. I absolutely love it. Perfect. So that is what we have tonight. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys did, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for hanging out with me in my craft room. I appreciate everyone for being here. If you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to comment and let me know. All right, bye. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.